I've been seeing smoked turkey neck in my local supermarket a lot lately, so today we are gonna try it. I love a good Jamaican curry turkey neck, but this one is smoked and I honestly have no idea how that flavor is going to work. We are go full yard style curry, slow simmered until fall off the bone tender and then crushing it with some fresh naan. Smoked turkey neck is a lot firmer in texture and the color is clearly different, so I really don't know how this is going to turn out. If this works, it might be one of the most underrated cuts in the supermarket. That's roughly a pound and a half of smoked turkey neck, and I'm treating this the same way I would treat fresh turkey neck. This is my go to Jamaican style curry recipe. Season with salt, black pepper. This is about a tablespoon and a half each of complete season and Cajun season. It's just to layer in some sharper flavors. Either one by itself works. All purpose season also works, or you could even skip them altogether. Next up, I have 2 tablespoons Jamaican curry powder. I like using the Better Pop brand. It's turmeric forward with clean, simple flavors. Now I'm adding 2 tablespoons green season. This is just a blend of fresh herbs and spices we use a lot in Jamaican food. There's a detailed video link below. If you're not crazy about powdered season and decide to skip it, you can use extra green season instead. Next, I'm going to give this a good mix. That smoky aroma is really coming through. I'm not sure how these flavors will actually work with the smoke. Tell me what you think. Does smoke actually work with curry? Alright, I'm going to let this marinate and soak up all of that flavor. I think a couple hours should be more than good, so let's wrap it up and place it in the fridge. Now that our smoked turkey neck is fully marinated, it's time to brown them. I'm using a nice thick pan to get a good sear on them. I'm using enough oil to just coat the bottom of the pot. Leave that to get ripping hot. We want a proper sear on these. I'm making sure I don't overcrowd the pot. When you're making any kind of stew, especially Jamaican, you want to start with some good browning on your meat. Yes man, just like that. That is flavor. Yup, that look good. The smoky aroma really a shine. I'm not sure how it will taste, but right now it looks and smells so good. Once nicely browned on all sides, I will just remove them and add another batch. Nice. That right there is a ton of flavor. We marinated with curry, but I think this needs a little more. So I'm going to bloom about a tablespoon in all of that fun for about a minute. Add a couple cloves of chopped garlic, half a medium diced onion, a piece of smashed ginger, 1 diced carrot, a teaspoon of pimento or allspice, and to add a little bit of early heat, a few slices of scotch bonnet pepper. Saute all of those aromatics for a few minutes. I usually add a potato, but I ran out, so I'm skipping it in this recipe. Once we have a bit of browning, we can add back our brown smoked turkey neck. Don't worry, we're not wasting any of that flavor. Add 2 cups of water to rinse out all of that marinade and add it to the pot. I ended up adding a total of about 3 cups of water. Of course, you could use chicken stock for some richer flavor. Right now that smells amazing, but the real question is how that smoke is going to taste once the curry cooks down. Just gonna let that simmer for now, but while it's doing its thing, let's work on that flatbread we talked about earlier. I worked at an Asian restaurant for a couple of years and this was something I made a lot of. It was a real crowd pleaser. This wasn't on the menu, but it was cheap and easy to make, so it was an easy way to satisfy even the most fussy guests. I'm starting with 2.5 cups bread flour. All purpose or wheat flour could also work. This recipe is very forgiving, I just use whatever flour I can find. Next, I'm adding a teaspoon each of baking powder and instant yeast. Using both leaveners makes this light and fluffy. A teaspoon of salt to bring everything together. Next, I'm adding a cup of natural yogurt. Greek yogurt works well too. I remember just using whatever yogurt I could find in the coolers. Next, I'm going to mix to incorporate everything first. Then, I will gradually add water to bring the dough together. I never followed a strict recipe for this, I just eyeball the ingredients for the amount of flour I was working with. There are a few things that you should look out for, and I will let you know them as we work through the process. When your dough is done, it should be slightly sticky and tacky. That means we have a higher hydration, and higher hydration means a fluffier, softer bread. Once everything is mixed properly, I'm going to wrap and let this proof until it doubles, or close to doubles. Should take anywhere from 35 minutes to an hour. While that's doing its thing, let's look at our curry. I'm about half hour in and I'm guessing this is going to cook up a bit firmer than fresh turkey neck. It smells great though, so let's leave it to simmer some more. We're at the 45-minute mark and that dough has almost doubled. I'm going to knead the dough by folding it over onto itself. I did minimal kneading initially because that long rest relaxes the gluten. A few minutes of that kneading and we end up with a mostly smooth dough. Next, I'm going to divide this up, then turn them into smaller dough balls. To help with sticking, you can either use a bit of oil or a little flour. I would always keep a pan of these balls in the fridge during restaurant service. Those are done, so I'm going to pack them up and set them aside to rest for about 10 minutes. Resting is crucial for soft fluffy naan. While that's resting, let's work on our topping. I'm chopping a few leaves of fresh basil. To that, I'm adding a couple teaspoons of minced garlic and a splash of oil to bring it all together. And that's it. We can now get our naan ready. Grab one of those dough balls and press it flat. That oil helps a lot with sticking. Spread a little bit of our topping over the dough and get it as flat as possible without breaking it. Fresh cilantro is the most popular herb that's paired with naan bread, but I use whatever I can find in my fridge or my potted garden. Fennel leaves, scallion, parsley, thyme, or even a combination of herbs sometimes. The finished bread might be different, but it always tastes good. Great, the naan ready. Now I'm going to let it rest a bit before I cook it. A relaxed dough gives us much better texture. Air bubbles like that are a good sign that it's ready to cook, but let's take a quick peek at our curry. This is over an hour and that's looking and smelling good. I added another cup of water because I think it still needs a bit more time. To cook our naan, I'm using a heavy cast iron pan. Place it on high heat and let it get ripping hot. No oil is necessary here. Once ready, place the naan herb side up and watch the top slowly rise. The first side about a minute and a half to 2 minutes. Once the top is bubbly, we can flip it. The second side takes a lot less time. Yup, naan cook really quick. I used to cook these in a tandoori oven by wetting the bottom of the dough and sticking them to the sides of the oven. Once cooked, they fall off the oven walls easily. A tandoori oven gets to crazy high temperatures and cook the naan in just a few minutes while giving it some nice smoky char. It's hard to get that same effect at home, but a heavy cast iron pot comes really close. And that is it. Soft fluffy naan bread, well ready for a curry. Speaking of curry, I think it's almost ready, so let's check in. That's nicely reduced and the meat should be tender, but let's have a look. That's interesting. Even though it's fall off the bone tender, the smoked turkey neck formed a skin that still holds together well. Alright, let's reseason this to layer in some fresher flavors. That's half of an onion and half sweet pepper, a tablespoon of minced garlic, a sprig of fresh thyme, because as you already know, dry thyme is a scam. The Feed and Teach merch is almost ready. In a few weeks I will be dropping the link, so look out for that. I also have a couple stalks of scallion greens. Whole scallion is fine too, this is just what I had. I want a bit more spice, so another few slices of scotchy, and for extra scotchy flavor without the heat, I'm adding a whole scotch bonnet pepper. Adding aromatics at the end of long stews reintroduce some fresher flavors. You see this a lot with Jamaican food and that just makes the dish way more dynamic. Just let that simmer for a few minutes so the flavors can infuse. Then we can finally taste this and see how we did. Perfect. That fluffy naan bread is ready, looking very delicious. And our curry smoked turkey boat reads, so let's plate this up and dig in. You can tell just from that tear that this is going to be so satisfying. Can't forget a bit of lettuce and tomato to add some freshness. That is it. That's a beautiful platter. Yes, this tastes so good I forgot to hit record on the camera. The curry and the smoke flavor surprisingly works. I was a bit skeptical before. It's a different vibe, but I'm really not sure if it's better than fresh turkey neck for curry. Not everyone is a big fan of that smoke flavor, but I'm definitely getting more of this. Maybe next time I'll try it with brown stew or maybe in some soup, but I see this working really well with something like stew peas. The smoky flavor probably works better with those. Either way, this was a success. I'm Nick and this has been delicious. Remember the merch is loading, so look out for that. Shout out to our patrons who keep the kitchen cooking. Thanks for watching. Bless up and I'll catch you in the next one.